Hello and welcome to Spinster's Library. I'm Claudia, this is my husband Bill, this is our cat Minerva, and we're in a campervan. Our other cat Beetle is exploring the campervan at the moment. I'm sure he'll show up sooner or later. So Bill, why are we in a campervan?
We're in a campervan to make a video for Spinster's Library. And we have the campervan to escape Brexit.
Yes. So
There she goes.
yeah, she's on the top level now. I'm not sure how this video is going to turn out because it's either going to be a rant about Brexit.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hello. Number 6. Thank you. Thank you.
That's right. Oh, you know what?
Carry on, this is fine.
You know what I love about the Royal Mail? Is they never ask any questions. Postman just came by. There's two people talking to a camera in a campervan with two cats. What is it, Bill?
I think your viewers are going to love this.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Okay.
if they've got any taste whatsoever.
Okay. Great, so now we're also a video game unboxing.
Well, no, because I'm not actually going to take it out of the box right now.
Beetle?
Beetle, can... Thank you. Link's Awakening for Switch. Limited edition. This is going incredibly well.
Is this going to be a video game unboxing? Is this going to be a political rant? Or is this going to be a campervan tour? Or is this going to be a video about camping with cats?
I kind of want to open it. It's all of the above.
Where do we start?
We were concerned, I think it was around the time that Johnson became Prime Minister,
Yeah.
that a no-deal Brexit was looking increasingly likely. So we started talking about, what do we do? What's our plan? How can we make sure that we're safe from the worst effects of it? And this bit isn't up for discussion. By the way, just read Operation Yellowhammer. It's the government's documents. It's all in there. We look at stuff like that and we think, yeah, we don't want to deal with that.
We don't want to be in this country.
We don't want to deal with that.
If no deal Brexit happens. And the first idea was to go to Ireland.
Yeah, but then we had concerns that if we go to Ireland and I stop being... Should we move Beetle? It's fine.
I mean, I'd rather look at Beetle than us. So
I do like
I'm
Beetle.
assuming the viewers do as well.
There's just kind of a blurry, nondescript pattern, though. So we looked at Ireland. Our concern was that if the UK leaves the EU on a no deal while we're there, then I've got no right to be there, and I've got no right to go to any other country in the EU either, which means effectively we are stranded in Ireland. Ow. And I'm an illegal immigrant. So obviously we looked at going to Germany, and Claudia's family.
My family lives in Germany.
And that made sense. And the discussion was then, what about the cats? What do we do with the cats?
Oh yeah, because something that's also not up for discussion is leaving the cats behind. Because they are part of the family.
She looks thrilled.
She doesn't want to be part of the family, does she?
So not in the campervan. So I had a crazy idea. My family has a business that sells motor caravans. And I thought, could we procure ourselves a small campervan, take the cats away in it? And the beauty of this plan is the freedom. Because we were talking about, if it looks like there's going to be a no-deal Brexit, should we, on the day of Brexit, try and get out of the country? And it's not a great plan.
Not a great plan.
We thought, should we just move? But again, we quite like where we live and what we're doing at the moment.
Yeah.
And no deal Brexit is still not 100%. The beauty of this plan is that we've booked a 2-week holiday.
At the end of October into the middle of November.
Yep. And if Johnson happens to get the great deal that he's promised everyone, then we'll come back we'll come back and enjoy the fruits of it. Same if the UK doesn't actually leave the EU. But if it's no deal, we'll just stay in Germany.
We have a plan B.
Yeah.
So we've made the cats passports, which are valid. If
we haven't made them. Construction paper. We got glue and stickers and glitter. They look super official.
We got the cats' passports, official passports at the vet. We didn't make them.
Blue passports.
Blue passports with the EU flag on them. And they are now allowed to leave the country at the end of October. Hopefully they'll still be allowed to come back into the country in November.
Yeah, but if the cats aren't allowed to come back, then
we're not coming back either. Because we're not leaving them behind.
Yeah. Incidentally, like where I'm sitting on this, I'm like... I'm going to say 80 to 90% that we're coming back.
Yes.
Like, I'm like the Parliament did a hello Beetle. Parliament did a wonderful job of making it so that no deal can't happen unless Parliament approves it, and I don't think there's a world where Parliament approves it.
Yeah, but we also know that this is a Prime Minister who's already talked about breaking the law, possibly already breaking the law depending on Supreme Court verdict, which is probably going to be outdated by the time you're watching this.
Yeah, there are ways that he could potentially find around it. The most hilarious one was send a letter to the EU asking for an extension and another letter saying please ignore the previous letter.
I mean, he's creative if nothing else. But anyway, what I'm thinking is that him getting a deal by the 31st of October is extremely unlikely. I think the most likely scenario is that he will have to begrudgingly ask for that extension.
Well, that's what I thought. Minerva really wants to leave the EU.
Oh, we always knew she's a bit of a Brexiter.
But Minerva, if we Brexit, your passport won't work. Someone scratched up my shirt.
Well, you say someone, but you know it's Beetle. So anyway, this was the politics rant side of things. Now for the cat and the camping side of things. So us going camping in a camper van, which you can't see it really in the video, but it's quite a small space with the cats, means that we have to get them used to being in a camper van. Which is why we've been hanging out in here almost every evening since we've got this retro beauty. It's I thought about this when this camper van was built. Neither you nor me would have been allowed to drive it because we were both children.
Yep, this was 1999.
1999. It smells like 1999 as well. So
smells like hope and bubblegum pop.
So we're trying to get the cats used to being in here. Obviously, we'll have to make sure that they have all of their amenities, I guess. You know, litter box and such. And we'll be driving around a little bit and seeing how they do while on the move. But really, they don't get a choice because they're coming with us. And that's why we're filming a video in a camper van today.
They've actually been pretty good. Beadle's had a trip to the vet in it already. And apart from a little bit of early complaining, he was okay. Yeah.
I think they're going to be fine. They're quite good cats. I sometimes get comments on my videos from people saying, oh, wow, you're really brave. I couldn't do that with my cat, usually when I pick them up or manhandle them in some way or other. But our cats are really good. They don't really get aggressive or scratchy or bitey or anything like that.
And my t-shirt begs to differ.
Oh no, and it's the t-shirt I got you for Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh well, burn it.
There is a surprising amount of people who travel in campervan with cats. There's a whole Instagram hashtag, VanCat, if you want to check it out. And we will be adding to that trend because, of course, I will be vlogging from the campervan. Of course, there will be videos on the road. Maybe there's some interesting political news to discuss at the end of October. But either way, it's a bit of an adventure for us. And I'm apprehensive and nervous, but kind of looking forward to going away with the cats. They're having a little bit of a fight in the back there. I'm going to say they. It's Minerva, isn't it? You're being mean. Being mean to Beetle. Shall we do a bit of a van tour? Do you want to see the van? Here you can see the back of the van, where the cats are currently hanging out. The height of this is, very much like a normal van. So normally when you're driving, it's as high as this here, which is slightly shorter than I am, but you can extend the roof a little bit when you're stationary. So that means that up there's a little area. This is technically another bed, but I wouldn't want to be a person sleeping up there. And that's probably going to be where the cats will be hanging out while we're stationary. Minerva is modelling the seat. This seat pulls out into a bed. And then here we have the kitchen unit. I mean, there's a hob in there somewhere in the sink.
Can't do that, the chair's fully
Just imagine there's a hob there and a sink here. And a fridge there. Oh, there you go. There's a little sink there. Beetle just stuck his face in there.
There's a hob and a grill, and it's a fridge.
And a fridge. And there we are already at the front of the van. The people who originally owned this modified it to include a television, which is obviously essential when camping. And the passenger seat isn't normally this way around. And I mean, it being a tiny, tiny space, there's a lot of hidden compartments, random bits of wood that fold out into tables and such. So, and that was the tour of a 20-year-old camper van. Bill and I were wondering whether we should name the van, since that's something that people on Instagram do, but we don't have any good ideas. So if you have any good ideas for us to name this camper van, please post them in the comments.
Yeah, for transport, for travelling with cats, we were thinking about just litter box and
folding food bowls, things like that.
Just on the floor while we're moving, and then we can probably put them up on top here when we're stationary, and that's like a cat space.
Cat area, yeah.
Then. What else was I going to say? Something about cats.
Oh, maybe about how we're actually going to secure them while we're moving. So there's, you know, the traditional way to transport cats is to put them in a cat carrier, which we also have.
Yep.
This is a really neat one. Actually, I am going to link this one in the description box because I can highly recommend this.
Yep.
Wait, before this, Beetle, do you want to go inside? Come on, Beetle, model it.
Put it on the floor.
No, I want to show it. I want to show it.
You thought you'd shown it.
I want to show what's so good about this, because before these we had a normal hard carrier case, but this one, he does want to model it.
Yep. If he turns around, it'd be good.
This one is soft all the way, and it's got mesh panels pretty much on all sides, so the cats can actually see outside of it, and it's got handle, and it's got a shoulder strap, and you can unzip the top. So it's a pretty good carrier.
It also has clips on the back to attach to a normal seat belt, if that's what you want to do, if you do want to travel with it, but that's not what we're doing.
No, that's not what we're doing. So we've got these carriers and we'll have them here, and the cats can use them as cat beds, and obviously if we need to transport the cats outside of the van, then we can put them in there. But we are going to have them in harnesses, which they're totally fine with. They're leash trained, both of them, and then attach the harnesses to the seats of the camper van. The idea being that they can then sit on the seat or wander up into the back and look out the back window, or go on the floor if they want to, but they won't be able to get to the front seats and get in the way of pedals or steering wheel or anything like that.
Yeah, so when I took Beetle to the vets, he had enough movement to just go on the back here, where he spent most of the journey, and for another bit of the journey he sat in the little step thing that's by the door there.
On the floor.
Just had to lie down on the floor because he fits. And that was as far as he could go, really. So they can pretty much go anywhere except
where it's dangerous.
The cab.
Yeah. If anyone watching, and I know this is incredibly unlikely, has been camping with cats, then please write your tips and advice in the comments as well, because this is going to be completely new for them. And as I said before, as far as cats go, they're pretty good. They're very attached to us, they're very well trained, they walk on a leash, they're happy wearing a harness, so we're in a good position there, but it's still going to be a very strange experience. I think Beetle wants to go home. It's just been sitting in there. Shall we finish this video up here then?
Yeah. So all being well, we'll have a nice 2-week holiday in a camper van with cats.
Yep, you'll see lots of videos. Hopefully, I will be taking the camera, and if all goes well, we're back in the middle of November. So we're leaving at the end of October. We're going to be away for 2 weeks.
For clarity, we are confident enough to have booked a return journey.
Yes, we have.
We have an absolute worst case scenario plan B.
Yeah.
Built into our holiday.
But we're not expecting to actually use it. We have got the Eurotunnel booked both ways. Okay. Thank you for watching.
Bye.
Bye.